Welcome back to the lecture series on Python programming specialization. In the last few lectures, we have discussed list and tuples, various operations and methods related to the list and tuple data structures. In today's lecture, we will be discussing another important data structure offered by Python, that is dictionary. In this lecture, we will be discussing what the dictionary data structures are, how do we create them, and different examples of the dictionaries. Then how do we access elements from the dictionary in addition to what are the various operations that can be performed on dictionaries. Let's start our discussion with an understanding of what dictionaries are. Similar to lists and tuples, dictionaries are basically unordered collections of objects. So we know that lists and dictionaries are ordered collection of objects. Unlike lists and tuples, dictionaries are unordered collection of objects. That is, there is no ordering among the elements of the dictionary, and the collection of objects could be of the same type or of different type. That's how they are known as a compound data structure. And unlike the lists and tuples, here in dictionary every element is a pair of key and value. Here you can see an example dictionary which represents the student details. This dictionary is having three different elements where every element is having a key value and associated value. The first element is having name as a key and John as a value. The second element is having number as a key and 101 as a value. That is how a dictionary is basically an unordered collection of elements which is a compound data structure, and there is no ordering among the elements in the data structure. Every element constitutes of a pair of key and a value. And this dictionary data structure is also known as a built-in mapping type. The reason is here we are associating every value with the corresponding key. So that's how it's known as a built-in mapping data type. And moreover, duplications are not allowed in case of the dictionaries, whereas lists and tuples allows us to have different elements with the same value. But in case of the dictionary, we cannot have two different elements with the same key value. Now let's see how do we create dictionaries. An empty dictionary can be created either of these two ways. So we are just using the simple empty curly braces to create the dictionary, or in the other way we are using the dict constructor to create the empty dictionary. A non-empty dictionary can be created by enclosing the collection of elements in the curly braces, and every element is separated by a comma, and moreover every element in the dictionary is having a pair of key and a value. This is the general form of the dictionary where the collection of elements are basically enclosed in curly braces, and every element is a pair of key and an associated value. So key 1, value 1, comma, key 2, colon, value 2, comma, key 3, colon, value 3, so on and so forth. You can have any number of elements in the dictionary. Now you can have an example. So D3 is the dictionary with 3 elements where all the elements are enclosed in the curly braces, where every element is separated by a comma, and inside every element, so the key and value are separated by colon symbols. So now we understand how a dictionary can be created, a non-empty dictionary and an empty dictionary. So now let's see what are the types that are valid for the key and the value pairs. So for the value of a dictionary, we can have any type and there is no restriction at all, and the values are also allowed to be repeated, whereas keys of the dictionary must be of immutable type. You cannot have two different elements in the dictionary with the same key values. As keys are immutable type, so only string types, numerical or tuples with the immutable elements are valid for the keys of the dictionary. So now here let's have an example which is an invalid dictionary. So D1 equal to, I am using a list as a key for the element. 10, 20 is basically a list and I am using it as a key for the dictionary D1. So it is invalid and you cannot have such type of key in your dictionary. Now let's see examples of different types of dictionaries. So here you can see an example dictionary D1 where all the key types are of integer types. So 101, 102, 103. So because integer immutable, so it is valid. And of course values could be of any type, so you need not to worry about that. So now let's have a look at the other example. So D2 is a dictionary where the keys are of mixed type. So the first key is of string type, the second key is of integer type, whereas the third key is of another string type. If you observe, the values are, the first one is a string, second one is an integer, and third one is a list. So values could be of any type, but keys must be of type immutable. Only immutable values are allowed for being the keys in the dictionary. So you can use dict method to create the dictionary event. So here, whatever the list of elements you want to create, enclose them in curly braces and you pass that as an argument to the dict method, so that you are creating the dictionary D3. So now let's see how we can create a dictionary using the sequence as an argument to the dict method. So here in this example, D4 is created using the dict method and by passing list as an argument to the dict method. So here you can observe that the argument is a list, where in that list every element is a tuple, and moreover the tuple is having pair of elements where the first element indicates the key value and the second element indicates the value in the element. So 101 represents the key value and Ram represents the value. And similarly 102 indicates the key value and Raj represents the value associated with the key 102. So that's how we can create dictionaries having same types of keys or the mixed type of keys, even using the dict method by passing the dictionary object or by passing a list of tuples as an argument to the dict method. So far we have seen creation of different types of dictionaries. Now let's see how do we create a nested dictionary. So we have already seen in the earlier lectures what a nested list is. A list within the list is the nested list. Similarly, a tuple within the list is known as the nested tuple. In case of the dictionaries also, we are allowed to have nested dictionaries. That is, a value for the element can be of another dictionary. So here let's consider this example. I am going to create a student dictionary where 101 is the key, and here you can observe different elements. So name, branch and grade are the three elements inside that dictionary. So here if you observe, that itself is a dictionary because it's enclosed in the curly braces, and that is represented as a value for the key 101. That constitutes one element in the student's dictionary. And now look at the other element of the student's dictionary. 102 is the key, whereas it is having another dictionary as a value. That is how we can have a dictionary as a value in the other dictionary. So those are known as a nested dictionary. So we have seen how to create various types of dictionaries. Now let's see how do we access the elements from the dictionary once we create the dictionary. So in case of the list, it's very easy to access the elements, even in the case of the tuples also, because they are the sequential data structures and there is an ordering among the elements in these data structures. So you can use the integer index to access a specific element. Say for example, whenever we want to access the first element, we can use the index 0, and similarly the last element we can use the n-1 as an index, where n is the number of elements. But in case of the dictionary, dictionaries are unordered collection of elements. So we are not allowed to use the indices, indices to access the elements from the dictionary. Whenever we want to access the entire dictionary similar to the list and tuples, we just need to refer to its name. Here I want to represent D1, so I am just referring to its name D1, and so that I can access the entire dictionary. But when I want to represent a single element from the dictionary, then what can I do is inside the rectangular braces pass the key value of whichever element you want to access. That is how you can access a specific element from the dictionary. Here in this example, I want to access the element whose key is name from the dictionary D1. So I can access it by passing name as a key value as an index with the name of the dictionary, that is D1. So D1 of name enclosed within square brackets, remember. So it returns the corresponding value, that is Ram. Similarly, I can access the value related to the branch key by passing branch as the key value to the dictionary D1, or I can access the grade of the student D1, so D1 of grade, it returns the grade of the student, that is A. So now let's see what are the various operations that can be applied on dictionaries. So basically these are all the list of operations that are valid on the dictionaries. We have already seen how to use the square brackets as a indexing. by passing the key of the element to access any particular element from the dictionary. Now let's see in detail about the other operations. So let's see how do we test the membership of a key in the dictionary. So we can use either the in operator or the not in operator to check whether any particular element is present in the key or not. Basically we are checking the presence of the keys. It returns a boolean value, that is a true or a false value. So here consider this dictionary D1 with 3 different elements, name, branch and grade as a key. Now I want to check whether the key name is present in this dictionary or not. So I can simply use name in D1. So that returns a true value as name is already available in the dictionary D1 as a key value for an element. That's how it returns true. Similarly, we can use not in also for checking the membership of a key in the dictionary. So I can use name not in D1. Basically name is already available as a key in D1. That's how it is returning a false value. So now let's see how can we delete the created dictionary using the del operator. So it's simple to use. So you can use del operator followed by the name of the dictionary, whichever you want to delete, del space D1. It del is the entire dictionary including its structure. Remember, the structure of the dictionary is also removed and the elements are no more available for you to use. So not even the empty dictionary is available for the usage. So that is how del operator can be used to remove the entire dictionary. So in this lecture we have discussed how to create the dictionaries, what are the dictionaries, various types of dictionaries creation, nested dictionaries, and moreover what are the various operations that can be performed on dictionaries. Thank you for watching this video.